This video is going to be about graphing linear inequalities. First, I want to fill in this table. It will help in determining what type of line to have and where to shade. So I'm first going to fill in my inequality symbols. We have the greater than and equal to symbol, the less than and equal to symbol, the greater than symbol, and the less than symbol. Because the greater than symbol, greater than or equal to, has to touch because it could be equal to that, the line is going to be solid. And again, for the less than or equal to, it can touch because it's equal to, means the line is going to be solid. Dealing with greater than or less than, there's no equal to, so it doesn't actually touch the line, therefore the line is dashed. When we're shading, we're going to either shade above or below. If it's greater than or equal to, or greater than, we're going to shade above because greater means more. The greater values are going to be above the line. For less than, or less than and equal to, we're going to shade below because less than, meaning less, lesser values are going to be below the line. This method for the shading does not work when we have a horizontal line or an x is greater than x is less than. We're going to now look at two examples. The first one is y is greater than 3x plus 2. The first steps are the same to graphing any linear line. For this, we are going to start out with finding the slope and the y-intercept. My slope is what's in front of x. So my slope in this case is going to be 3. Since it's a whole number, we put that over 1. And my y-intercept is going to be 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dots on this graph to go ahead and make my line. So I'm going to begin at the y-intercept at 2, so right here. And from that point, I'm going to go up 3 to the right 1. Up 3 to the right 1. And I'm going to continue this until I have my line. So now I'm going to go back to that table and I'm going to look, okay, greater than and equal to is going to be a solid line. And because it's above or it's greater than, we're going to shade above. So I always say to write these out so that way I'll be able to tell whether or not you have the correct visualization of your graph. So I'm going to go ahead and connect these points with a solid line. And then I'm going to shade above. So to shade, all you have to do is take your pencil and draw a shade. Make sure to have arrows on your lines. And the first one is now done. So what this means is that any coordinate in this section that's shaded or on the line will work for this function. Example 2, we have y is less than negative 1/2 x plus 1. We're going to identify the slope. The slope is negative 1/2. It means it's going downhill. And the y-intercept is going to be 1. So now I'm going to go ahead and graph this. I'm going to begin at 1. From that, my slope is negative 1/2, so I'm going to go down 1 to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2. I now have my line, and I'm going to say whether it's dashed or solid, and whether I shade above or below. So this is not an or equal to, it's just a less than symbol. So that means the line is dashed. And because it is less than, we're going to shade below. For a dashed line, you just make a line, but instead of connecting them, it's just kind of dashed. And you're going to dash it all the way across your graph and make sure to put arrows on the ends. And then again, we just shade by dragging our pencil through the graph. Once again, what the shading means is that any coordinate in this section will satisfy this inequality. Any one on the line will not satisfy the inequality because it will not equal it. Now it's your turn to try some. Let's try y is less than or equal to 1/2 x minus 4. Also try y is greater than negative 2x plus 3. And let's go ahead and try a third, being y is greater than or equal to negative 3/4 x minus 1.